Ask for the money if
there.
you're here. Like these last 2 weeks of the year, like this is a close out the year strong. Welcome back. You're now tuned into Sold in 60, the one and only timeshare podcast
in the world.
And listen, it's that time of the year, y'all. It's that holiday spirit. It's that week. So Merry Christmas to those of you that represent and celebrate Christmas. Merry Christmas. This is a big week. You know what I'm saying? We are here. We are present. We are ready for the snow. The snow in the the sun.
Yeah.
Because obviously we're in Florida. But shout out to everyone that is, ready for this week and going to spend time with your family. And you made it this far. You're in week 51. Week 51 is what it is, right?
Week 51.
This is week 51.
The most expensive week, if I'm not mistaken.
It's one of the most expensive. I think 51 and 52. So depending on where you are, guys, go to your Interval International Travel Demand Index and see, is this a high demanded week at your resort? And if it is, then you understand the value of this week. That means that everyone that's coming through the doors where you are this week has some moolah.
They spending money.
Anyone that travels on these type of holidays, they got it.
Plane tickets was crazy.
The cost to stay anywhere is crazy. It's up. So just make sure, I say, ask for the money. There's nobody traveling right now that doesn't have the means to purchase more from you. All right. So shout out to everyone that is excited about this week. You close out strong. You've been pushing through this whole year. This is closeout. This is closeout. These last 2 weeks is it, baby.
This is going to determine if you get your $1 million ring or not, or if you get your company Corvette or not, or if you're welcome into the President's Club or not, or you know what I'm saying? Like, this is that last push that can determine if you write that extra $500,000 or $100,000 or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying?
This week can change your life. And that just reminds me, shout out to our sponsor, Abundance Boulevard. Abundance Boulevard is a financial literacy group that also has apparel that speaks on wealth and attracts wealth. So let me do my part here. Elevate your style with wealth, attracting apparel that exudes opulence and success. Grafting prosperity through fashion, we are the creators of abundance drawing attire. Shout out to Abundance Boulevard. I'm wearing the Get Wealth polo today. Maybe they'll have a link on one of our channels.
Okay, I gotta give me one of those.
Get your own. Yeah, so
Get Wealth. Okay.
Get Wealth. So this week right here can help put you in the right position to close out your year strong. Now, no matter where you started, where you thought you was going to ended, these next 2 weeks can change everything. You know what I'm saying? Somebody out there wants to spend $300,000.
For sure.
Somebody out there wants to change their family's legacy or set their family up for vacations for a lifetime. You know what I'm saying? So somebody wants to upgrade or purchase new. Come on, y'all.
Yeah, somebody want bigger and better. Somebody want to finally make it to Italy. Somebody want to make it to Hawaii. Somebody probably just came into some money and they want to spend it and do something good for their family. You know what I'm saying?
Why not put some type of vacation ownership under a tree? Yeah. Why not put some vacation ownership under a tree? Wow. That's how you got to pitch it. There was a gentleman that I work with. We when I first started, his name is Logan, by the way. When we first started, we were selling back to back. At the time, we only had 4-bedroom units was the largest units to sell. And I remember, let me see if I can find it fast enough. I remember we had he would sell 4, I would sell a 4. He would sell a 4, I would sell a 4. We was going big. It was Christmas. But one of the funny things about it is that I went and found, that's when them Gangnam style, remember that?
Yeah.
The Gangnam style dude, he came out and I have found a way to put myself in a Santa hat and dance in front of the floor plan of the 4-bedroom. So me and him every morning we would compete and I would play that. But get into some resorts call it peak state. Some people just say be ready. You just have to be ready. Like get into the zone so that you can sell.
Yeah, peak state. I remember peak state. Getting into your peak state is almost like getting in, your third eye, or I don't know if you want to go religious or anything like that, but it's or meditation, or it's like out of body experience or whatever the case may be. But it just means get ready because you're getting ready to take your hour to an hour and a half tour. You need to make sure that you're ready for any objection that may come up, any way that the family might throw you off your route to dating. You need to be ready for it. You need to get your mind right. It's like it's like a boxing fight and you walking down the aisle getting ready to go fight. Like, get ready. What do you think Mike Tyson and Jake Paul was thinking when they were walking? Well, they was probably just thinking about the $50 million that they about to make like, on a fake fight.
You throw a punch, I'm gonna. But I get what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
yeah.
So what were some of the things that you did to get yourself ready for the day?
So some of the things that I did, obviously, is I was the type of rep that I knew where I needed to be at the end of the month to hit, the goal that I wanted to hit. So when I wake up in the morning, obviously I'm getting dressed, getting fresh, put on my suit and tie, and I'm seeing where I'm at for the week. Have I gotten my 3? Because I used to get 3 deals a week. That was my goal. 3 deals a week. It didn't matter. 10,000, 20, 50,000. It didn't matter. I needed 3 deals by the end of each week. So depending on what day I wake up, I would say, okay, where am I at with my goal? So I only got 1 deal this week. Okay, I need to get 2 deals this week. Right? I don't know how it's gonna come, but I got to do it.
Right.
And every week that went by, I made sure that I got my 3. So that way, at the end of the month, what's that? 3, 3, 6, 3, 3. What's that? 24, 12. My math is a little off right now, but I made sure that I had the deals that I had to get. Right. So that's what I did every morning.
I like that. I'm looking. So I'm not zoned out.
That's 12 deals, by the way.
I'm looking for the video that I had, but I can't find it fast enough. But me and Logan, we used to every morning I would play this and try to attract me a 4-bedroom. So one of the things that I do on a daily was affirmations. I would say my affirmations and I would attract my sale. If you guys don't have affirmations, feel free to go to our Sold in 60 Instagram page, and in the link in the bio, there's a free download for affirmations that you can say and attract business and attract your sales. I couldn't find it. I was looking for it. But I believe set the tone, set the order of the day. You know what I'm saying? That I'm going to find a family that likes me and wants to do business with me. I sell every day. I would literally, where I was at,
you would tell yourself affirmations every day?
I do it in the shower and I do it on my way into the office. You know what I'm saying? Like, I am telling myself, I'm going to dating today. I'm going to dating today. I got a sale today. Everybody wants to buy from me. I mean, I talk to myself. I am my best friend. I am my own cheerleader. You know what I mean? And hopefully you guys, that's why, in the last episode we talked about being weird. I'm very weird. And I think anyone that sells this product is weird in a good way. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to have thick skin. I'm going to take 7 no's, but I'm going to turn, out of 10, I'm going to turn 3 into yeses. So anyway, those affirmations are things that I said every day. And I would try to attract how I want my week to go. So I just think being in peak state is knowing that I'm ready. I am ready. Whether I get an owner, exchanger, or renter, I got a pitch for them. I'm going to connect with the family. I'm going to find commonality. I'm going to find a need. I'm going to definitely make them trust me, right? Or understand my credibility, because I'm the timeshare doctor. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to
timeshare doctor
prescribe them something. You know what I mean?
What's next after the peak state? If after your peak state, what would you say the next step is?
It depends on who you ask that to. It depends on how you was trained. Like, what is peak? Because all right, let's talk about it now.
Let's talk about it.
All right, so peak state. Peak state is the way you need to wake up. After peak state, depending on where you are, some resorts say ready. Ready, right? Being ready. No, I'm saying not ready. I think they call it relate. Relate. And relate in some places is like your warm up. Where you warm up with a family. So I'm in peak state. I'm ready to sell. Now I get a tour. The next step is to either relate with the family or warm up with the family, right? I got to connect. So what's that? Another word for that is commonality, right? Find commonality. So how do you find commonality with someone from a whole different walk of life?
I'm pretty sure you can find commonality depending on where they are. Let's say they're from Milwaukee. I can't tell you anything about Milwaukee, but I know there's Milwaukee Bucks, so we might be able to comment. You know, me, I'm pretty sure they're a Milwaukee Bucks fan at least.
you ever tell somebody you like their shoes, but they really didn't like their shoes?
Yeah. I have told that. Or I like your shirt and I really don't care about this shirt. Yeah.
I'm hoping they got something I can really be honest about. If you got a polo shirt on, I'm going to relate because I'm a Ralph Lauren fan. You know what I'm saying? If you got some...
But when you give those, I feel like when you give those fake compliments, they can read that.
They can read it.
Yeah, because if it was real, they could read that too.
Fact.
You know what I'm saying? So no, people are not dumb. I
don't feel like I've done anything or said anything that I've never really felt genuinely.
It's like when you in the mall and the sales girl, the little cute sales girl, gives you the shirt to put on, and before you can actually put it on your shoulder, she's already like, "Oh, you look good in that. Oh, that's great."
I hate that.
Can I put the shirt on?
I hate that.
I put the shirt on.
Yeah. Those people, I can't take none of them they say seriously because you just BSing me just to make me feel like I like it. You know what I'm saying? But.
Or the girl at the spraying the perfume and it smells good on you. You've been smelling this perfume for all month. Of course, what you mean it smells good on me? Go ahead.
Yeah. But I mean, so the same way that we have those reservations for people that's trying to sell us, you think they have that for us trying to sell them?
Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
You're talking about the guests.
Yeah, like you over here telling them they need to do this for their family. I can see you vacationing like that. You can finally go to Bora Bora. Like, they probably like, shut the you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course. Well, but first of all, this is not their first presentation. I'm not your first presentation, right? Very once in a blue moon where you get, this is our first time. We don't know what the hell is going on here. But I'm not your first presentation. So, bro, these families have had conversation. Oh, they know they're going to a present. They know they're dedicating an hour, 2 hours of their time here. So they know what's going on, bro. This is not, you know.
I think at the Christmas time, some resorts play Christmas music and some don't. Do you think they should or they shouldn't?
I think they should.
I think it's something about the holiday spirit.
Yeah, the holiday spirit. The
Some
Christmas
directors
spirit.
don't like it. They don't go. They don't feel it. But I feel like you should keep them in the spirit. It's a spirit of giving. It's a spirit of spending.
Yeah.
And I believe most important. It's a time of family. Mm-hmm. You know, it's a time of gathering your family and doing something they will remember. I can tell you, I remember going to Panama with my family, but I can't tell you what I got for Christmas that year. You get it? So I remember the trip, but I don't remember I think I got some Jordans. We was in Panama, so I got Jordan. It was surprisingly in Panama. I got Jordans and some type of toys. I ain't gonna lie. But the best part is that we were in Panama for Christmas. You know what I'm saying? And someone said a nice bar that I heard the other day. I'm gonna write this down. He said, your kids want your presents, not your presents.
Oh, wow. I like that.
Yo, matter of fact, hold on, y'all.
I like that.
Everybody, I'm sorry, because listen, you know, we keep it real here. This is like impromptu sometimes, but there was a video that was on YouTube that I had to screenshot, and I want you all to take a look at it. The video was called, so type in Master Foods, Dinner Time Matters. Master Foods with an S, Dinner Time Matters.
Type it in what, Instagram?
No, YouTube.
Okay.
Right? And they didn't pay us for this, so we're gonna send them an invoice.
Okay.
But the company had a video where let's say they brought them into a studio like this and they interviewed the family. And I'll ask you a question. I'll ask you the question. If you have dinner with one person, who would it be?
If I can have dinner with one person?
Yeah, anybody you want. Who would it be?
It's Barack Obama.
Barack Obama. All right. So they go to all these different, a couple of different couples, and they're talking celebrities, Barack Obama, Celine Dion, whatever, right? Those families, they bring in their children, and they ask the children the same question. And the children's like, my mom, my dad, my parents, my whole family. And all these people was like, oh, oh my. And so the parents are watching while they're answering. They get mad emotional because all these kids wanted to do was spend time with their parents.
With their parents, wow.
That was a gangster video.
I didn't even think about my son when you asked me.
Exactly. And it's natural. You know what I'm saying? Like, shoot, you like who you had dinner with? I'm like, yo, Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, bro. Like, so that line that your kids want your presence, not your presence.
That's deep. That's deep.
Yo, use that on your table, y'all.
Yeah, and then not only that, while y'all are out here on these tables, I want y'all to think about, providing for y'all kids, and what if you could hit top level bonus this month and be able to surprise your family or your husband or your wife or your grandmother or your grandpa, or maybe you're taking care of elderly, whatever the case may be. Use this time to grind, right? Go back to the table, pitch, just keep pitching until you're able to get that credit card, get that deal, hit that top level bonus, get that 10, 20, 30, 40, $50,000 bonus check that you've been waiting for, that you've been fighting for, and do something nice for your family. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like what you said, pitch that table, hit that table. I think it's very, very important to be able to know that you can come back and ask again for the sale. Mm-hmm. One thing that I'll never forget is I was told or read or somewhere that as long as you have new information, you can always come back and ask again. So sometimes you don't want to give it all up in the front. You know what I'm saying? On the front end. Don't give everything you have. Hold something a little back. It could be an incentive. It could be a bonus week. It could be additional points. It could be whatever. Hold something back so that you can add it in the back end and ask again for that sale. But this is the time of year where they got it. So remember this, one of my favorite lines. When they're saying no, N-O, they're not saying N-O. They're saying K-N-O-W. Yeah, I don't know enough.
Okay,
I need you to come back and hit me again with something else. Give me a reason. Everyone that signs up for a presentation is like, I'll do it. You can't sell me. Until we find that discovery and we find an angle. It's a game. Who's going to sell who? Someone's getting sold on the table. Either they're going to sell you or you're going to sell them. So this time of year, y'all, the people that's coming in town, the people that you're going to be in front of, I respect them. I appreciate them. They care about their family. They're traveling during the holidays, but they also have your money.
They got the money.
They have your money.
They got the money.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So don't, but if there's one thing I can say in Discovery, Dylan, in Discovery, if there was one question you would ask the families that's coming these next 2 weeks, what would be the most important question?
One of the most important questions I would ask would be
suspense.
Would be do you and your family always travel around this time of year? There you
go. That's my boy. That's my boy. You talking about... Yeah, that's my boy.
I want to know, do you and your family always travel around this time of year? Because if you tell me yes,
that's my
we travel around this time of year every year.
Now you know why they call him down. Now you know why they call him down payment Dylan. Okay, my guy.
For sure.
Yes, it is. How important is this week to you?
Yeah.
How important is traveling around this time to you? Mm-hmm. I need to know, because if you're traveling around this time, my setup has to be different. I need to either make sure that I'm selling you this week.
I'm selling you
or selling you these points that you need for this week.
For sure.
Do not miss that this week, y'all. Ask the question. High five, brother. That's why you was a master closer.
For sure. I'm either selling you that fixed week, right, which is gonna be expensive. Let's just be honest, right? Or I'm selling you X amount of points that's going to make sure that you're guaranteed this week. You know
Absolutely. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I feel like you have the flexibility, but when you have enough to cover this week, you're good.
Because what you don't want is let's say for my points-based people out there, what you don't want is to be selling from your own pockets, right? Selling your little tiny little, $10,000 package or whatever the case may be, and the family looks at the point scale and say, "Well, I can't even come to Christmas. I can't even come here to Christmas with my family with these points that you sell." You know what I'm saying? You don't want that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you got to be ahead of the curve.
Yeah, man. So I mean, I think You said some resorts are off this week.
Some resorts have reps that are off this week. Yes, absolutely.
I hope that you are not off this week, because the people in town this week, they are coming to show you some love. You know what I'm saying? I hope you're not off. If you are off, enjoy your time off, or maybe you should want to go in. But I feel like these last 2 weeks, it'd be a nice little closeout. You know, some resorts close their books; they work on a different calendar, and but if you're working this week, anything can happen. Your year to date can change just on who you come across this week. So I'm saying, be ready, be prepared, be excited. You know, the resorts are probably beautiful, dressed up, lights everywhere. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We're in Florida. I love seeing a palm tree lit up with, you know, Christmas lights. It's a beautiful thing. I used to take my drone. This when drones first came out. I had my first drone back in 2015, and I would try to get footage, because when you are meeting families later on throughout the year, in the summer, or, you know, February, March, spring break through the summer, they don't know what it's like. How can you put them in a picture about what it's like bringing your family for Christmas if you have no footage? Like, y'all may not go as extensive as I am, but I am a visual person. I love a visual presentation, and I love to capture and video what I'm trying to convey as a message. So if you vacation, I hope that you video your vacations or take pictures so you can show people. But I'm saying right now, if your resort looks a certain type of way, if your model is dressed up for the Christmas holiday, I would take a video or picture of that, because in the summer when you're pitching, you might need to put a person in the picture on what they can do with their family for the holidays. I'll never forget my owner, Anthony Scott, who was the pastor from Atlanta, who purchased a 4-bedroom unit because the goal was to bring his family to come to Thanksgiving every year. And that was something I put them in the picture. I said, listen, this is a 4-bedroom lock-off. It sleeps 16. You can have the kids on one side, the adults on one side, and do a family dinner. And they did that consistently every year since he became an owner with me. And that's because I thought of what they could do as a family. So when you can put somebody in the picture and say, imagine coming to Christmas, having Christmas anywhere over the world that you want. No snow, but still having the joy of being with your family and being able to share gifts wherever you are. That's something you could do when you own this. So I would say, get some footage that you can put people in the picture and start to capitalize off of every holiday. You know, Thanksgiving, we work, but then you get to go home early. But when there are families that's actually here, if you meet a family on your resort, if y'all tap in, or if you see families, I would say, man, talk to them and see if you can share their story. You know, there's some people that's willing to share their story, and I think that's dope, man. Third-party stories are amazing.
Third-party stories is going to get you the deeding.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So, you know, shout out to everyone that is working. I hope you had an amazing year. You know, the best part about closing out is it's over, y'all. It's 2 weeks, you know. It's 2 weeks left. You got this week, you got next week.
And then we talked about January. Everyone starts at 0.
Everybody starts at 0.
Fresh slate.
It's all good. Like, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Fresh slate.
The year's over. Start over. You know what I'm saying? So go hard this week. Shake as many hands as you can. Kiss as many kids as you can. And most importantly, enjoy your family. Like, if you know, the thing about this industry is we work the holidays. You probably work weekends. You know, it's a lot of sacrifices being made. We work the holidays and the weekends because that's when our business is amplified for us to be able to get opportunities to provide for our family. So, you know, hopefully, if your resort is closed on Christmas, enjoy that day with your family. We appreciate you watching the show, sharing the show. You know, you have been our Christmas gift all year round by watching, sharing, and letting us know that we're on the right path and that we're doing something for our culture of people in the vacation industry. So we appreciate you. I'm telling you, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, however it goes. You know,
all of that.
You know, at the end of the day, it's about love. You know what I'm saying? So we're happy for you, and that's that, man. Shout out to everybody that's watching. like, share, comment, click the links in the bio, hit the tip jar. Send us some of that bonus check. You got a bonus? And shout out to everyone that's going to be at the awards next year. I know that we close out this year and then you probably have an awards in February or March. We are very proud of your success. If you have achieved something that you want to share and motivate some other people, let us know. We would love to have you on the show. If you can't make it to the studio, then we can do it virtually. You know what I'm saying? So
there's some people out there listening right now. Their resort don't do bonuses. They don't know what we mean by bonus check. They just get their standard pay. There's no bonus structures, tiers, or nothing like that.
Crazy.
So
the resorts is broke.
Yeah.
Let me see. There's one resort.
I know y'all have some Christmas parties coming up. Depending on what resort y'all at, y'all probably got some Christmas parties coming up.
They probably had them already. It's probably coming up. I'm gonna tell you one thing. If you go into the Christmas party, don't be the person that over drinks. There's always one that just like, and then they're the talk of the town. Like, don't be that guy or gal, please. Like, maintain. Don't give nobody nothing to talk about.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
But at the same time, have fun because you have worked all year long to get to where you're at right now, right? If you started in January and it's December and you're still at the timeshare resort, the same timeshare resort from January to December, then you are doing something right because the average person would have been gone back in March.
True story. True story. They do let a lot of people go. I mean, shout out to anyone who just started in this last couple of weeks. I feel for you because what you don't realize is that it may be busy now, but January and February will be a whole different ball game. And
it's slow.
There's a clientele that comes in January and February. You just have to know how to adapt to them.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? I think that every state, I only know state of Florida. I don't know how Williamsburg flow is or Myrtle Beach flow is or Vegas flow is or Hawaii's flow is or Tennessee's flow is, but I can tell you what I know. And I love that I can study the analytics from my point of view. I'm not a marketing, the marketing guys got it down to a science. They can tell you if a person drives a Buick, they don't buy timeshare. I'm like, what the heck? That's what I was told the other day. But anyway, for me, from what I see, January and February brings a lot of retayees, silver sneakers. They don't like crowds.
New Balance sneakers is what you mean?
They say silver sneakers is like another word of saying like these mature, elderly,
got you,
retired.
Older white guys do wear like New Balance.
New Balance, okay.
Right. Like the older, like grandpas and stuff, they wear New Balance.
I'll be there one day. So when you get a mature family, they come these times of the years because they don't like crowds. They don't want to see kids screaming. They want that tranquility.
Yeah. And
they have the ability to stay for a month or two. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Maybe more.
Or more. There's some people that stay for 4 months at resorts, know? And respectfully, what I like about them is that it teaches me that there's an angle to sell them. They have different needs, different expectations, different desires. So what you will learn in this industry is different clientele has different emotional triggers. You know what I'm saying? So now that you're going to be going through January and February, identify the clientele that's there. What's interesting to them is not the holiday and not maybe exchanging, but it's staying at a resort for a certain length of time, having peace of mind.
That means that pitch that you've been pitching for the past 2-3 months or 4 months is not going to work on
this clientele.
The clientele that Richard is telling you about right now. You're going to have to change up the pitch depending on the clientele, the season, blah, blah, blah.
Correct. And you know what's crazy? I learned that from taking a real estate course. One of the designations I have was a senior real estate expert specialist. And that's called the SRES. And it was targeted just for the elderly. And it teaches you what their interests are once they get to a certain age. So shout out to all those who I don't think many people have. They meant resorts let you do both because that's a whole nother story.
What you mean do both?
Shit, I didn't want you to ask me. But there's some resorts that allow you to become to have a brokerage, a real estate brokerage, and they'll pay your brokerage instead of you as an individual. If the owner of that if the owner of that timeshare company is a real estate broker himself, he can then pay you as a broker. And there's probably only one that I know of, you know. And that's why people are so confused. It's so confusing and so technical. But let me tell you something. I've read the book in and out, and I understand the loophole, and that's why they're in that position. But the moral of the story is everybody can be sold. You just have to understand how to sell them. So the first thing you should do is purchase the first edition of Timeshare Objection Cards, because the second edition is coming out in 2025. The second thing you should do is purchase the How to Sell Timeshare course, which comes out in 2025. You can pre-order now. And the third thing you could do is continue to listen to our show. Would you agree?
For sure.
That's what they call a trial
Just
close.
like that. I agree.
Or a tie down. That's a tie down.
That's a tie down.
That's a tie down.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. But shout out to everybody watching. Shout out to everybody for the holidays. Hope you're drinking eggnog. Hope you're drinking coquito.
Oh, and then at the same time, I'm going to tell them this. Guys, have fun at the job. It's just vacations, right? At the end of the day, we're just talking about traveling, vacation destinations, you know, different amenities to take advantage of while you're at these destinations. We're just talking about vacations. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so have fun with it.
Yeah. Have fun with it. Like, have fun. Like, I know you talked to, like, the suit thing. I respect everybody wearing the suits. But do you have to wear a suit?
You don't have to wear a suit. No. You have to look presentable, but you don't have to wear a suit.
Copy.
Right? I don't have to wear a suit to look presentable. Ladies, you don't have to have your boobs out to look. I'm not even going to. I'm not even going to.
Now. No, you said it. Right. Santa baby. Some people, you know? Some ladies. Listen, you ever been on a tour and the tour is not paying attention to you? Because he's like, man, you got some good co-workers around here.
Yeah. That's happened to me before. That's funny.
Like, yo, I'll pull a lady to the table. Like, yo, she'll be a rep if you purchase today. I can get her signed
for sure. And if you know what I'm saying, have a rep, a co-worker that's cool, and y'all can like play the game together, whatever the case is, and she come over to the table.
Facts.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yo, one of the questions that we got, let me go back to it. One of the questions that we got in the in our inboxes was, let me see if I can get to it fast enough. It said, drum roll, please. It was something about teamwork. Okay. How do you collaborate with other team members to get a sale? Like, have you ever collaborated with another team member to close somebody?
Of course. Guys, when we say you have to get creative as possible on a table, that's not just us saying you have to get creative as possible on a table. Like, you literally have to get creative. I'm talking about you got to do something that we've never even seen before, that we've never even heard before. I mean, what's the most creative thing you've ever heard on a table? I'm trying to think right now to give them an example. Like, you have to get creative, even if that means you created it, you know, right there on the table, instantly, right there on the spot.
What's the most creative thing I ever heard on the table? Well, the most creative,
I've heard some creative shit. I'm trying to think of the most.
I don't know how creative, but I know that, shout out to Max Wasserman. I feel like there's a gentleman named Max Wasserman. At this time, this resort was building a water park. It was nowhere near coming. However, Max went and got a friggin' hard hat one day. And so he used to pitch a mean area pitch. He used to bring out a whole map of Orlando and show how the growth of the theme parks is going to impact the value of where we were. Matt had a hard hat. And he was like, you know, I can get you pre-construction. You know what I'm saying? Then the next day, Matt found a vest to match the hard hat. And we, pre-construction. And Max was popping deals big, like pre-construction.
With a hard hat on.
A hard hat.
On the table.
The next day, Matt had walkie-talkies. Yo, his game just kept getting iller and iller and iller. Yo, shout out to Max Wasserman, bro. His energy was unmatched.
I don't believe that.
But you know why I loved Max so much? Not only because he was on my team, but he would bump anybody's table and be like, we tell him bump table, he'd be like, you know what? I only got a couple units yet, but I'll authorize pre-construction for you.
Yeah.
And we would get deals. And he did that for everybody on the sales floor, selfless. You know what I'm saying? But talk about creativity.
You got to get creative.
I've never seen nothing like it.
You got to get creative.
So shout out to Max. Max was a beast. He wrote millions of dollars. And his energy was amazing. His area pitch was amazing. The man went to Kinko's or whatever it was, Office Max, and had a big map that he would roll out and show the I-4 and show this Universal seat. We're on Disney. Yeah. We're here. And his energy, he had the energy to match it. And he would take two tables together and,
I believe it.
And but I think that for my own creativity was always making visuals for the families to see my point. So like the company gives you a script, but I would get visuals too.
Like a PowerPoint presentation.
I would make like a PowerPoint. So Windows people call it PowerPoint. Apple users use Keynote. And I would make things on Keynote to illustrate what I was trying to say.
Yeah. For sure. I got you.
But yeah, be creative, man. I mean, I don't think enough people... I really don't know what everyone does because I never really watch what other people do. But I think being creative and being able to explain your product and articulate it in your way makes you own it and you deliver it with passion. If I was to give you a pitch on area growth, I would have to give you what I feel is impacting the city than what you're telling me it is.
For sure.
Yeah. So that's that, man.
The most creative person wins or makes the most money, I should say.
The other question, let me see the other one. It said, tell us about a time that you had to think on your feet to solve a problem during your pitch. There's one that sticks in my head. Shout out to y'all for asking these questions. One that stuck in my head was the day, same gentleman who gave me this pen. I brought it again today because I like it and it's rose gold. And I'm wearing a rose gold watch, so it kind of matches. See? He was a new TO at the time. And to make a long story short, I, as a rep new to the game, didn't do a good enough discovery. So the lady that was on tour, the gentleman that was on tour was with it wasn't his wife. He was going through a divorce. So when I'm pitching him upgrade the whole time, not knowing that this wasn't his wife. So when we found out that it wasn't his wife, we had to tell him, he had every other year. He had an odd year. So what happened is we had to go. Mind you, this gentleman's sitting on the balcony. Let's say that he's outside the doors. And my TO, I'm like, snap, it's not his wife. He's like, what to do? He's like, I don't know what to do. Go out there and tell him anything. And he pushed me out the door. So I have the proposal in my hand. And I just had to figure out what to say. And on the fly, I said, this is what we're going to do. We're going to put this in her name. And then when you finish your divorce, we're going to add your name to the deed. And there's like, okay, we can do that.
Yeah, that's creative.
And I'm like, it works. Like, what? You know what I'm saying? I had no direction. I'm like, what do I do? I'm new. I don't know. Like, I don't know what to do. But the best thing I could do is just say, we're going to put in your name.
That's
and when
creative.
he's done with the divorce, we'll...
Something creative that I could think of is a family telling me, I did the whole pitch, the whole spiel, yada, yada, yada. And the family telling me, Dylan, I just took a presentation like 2 days ago at a particular company, and they bought it.
Oh, shoot.
But now I'm here taking a presentation with you, and I absolutely love it, and it's way better than what I just bought 2 days ago. If there's any way that you can help me cancel what I just bought 2 days ago and like get your program, I'm with it. I'm all for it. So speaking of creativity,
yeah, kicking deals.
We closed the deal with me. We solidified the deal with me today. Right? They hop in my car.
Oh, God.
And I drive them back to the resort where they initially purchased at and take them back to the resort to cancel. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if you've ever done that before in your timeshare endeavors or your timeshare journey, but and this happened at least 2 or 3 times. I've gotten a deal with the family, put them in my car, placed them in my car, and drove them back to the resort where they purchased 2 or 3 days ago and canceled, just so that way, you know, we could solidify our deal. You know, thinking about creative, that's not in the script.
Right.
Nowhere in the script does it say,
right,
put the people in your car, drive them back to the resort where they purchase and cancel that shit. You know what I'm saying? So you got to get creative, man. You got to get creative,
gotta, man. I mean, I remember driving a family to. I haven't made anybody cancel a timeshare. You know, took away the commission from another sales rep.
Oh yeah, for sure, me.
Yeah, I haven't done that.
For sure.
But you know. It happens.
It happens, bro.
It happens. And you have to. I've had that happen. However, I did have to take a family to Universal. They had a shuttle coming, and I'm like, I'll take you myself. So I took them to Universal. Okay. Canadian family. I sold them So we talked about last episode. We talked about believing in the price. This family, I showed the sticker price for the 1-bedroom, and they said we'll take it. And we had to find them an event week, a larger unit.
Yeah.
But I took them to the parks. You know what I'm saying?
That's one thing that I always found funny. If you show the puke sheet and a family says yes to it, you can't write a deal for those numbers, so you gotta find some bullshit to come back to be like, and still drop the price, or still be like, well, we can do this for you. You know what I'm saying?
If you guys can wait till next year to use it, we can actually get you a bigger unit.
Yeah, it's still like some bullshit. So you can never sell the fucking sticker price. You know what I'm saying? It's still always okay. Well, I always thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah, I know. It's weird. But yo, just continue to believe in the price if y'all there. And listen, if you just started just now this season, don't get discouraged. It will get a little slower, but spring break will be coming right around the corner. Just try to sharpen your tools. Some resorts have continuing education around this time. They don't call it continue. They call it, I don't know what they call it. Some people call it follow-up classes. Some in real estate, we call it continuing education. Sharpen your skills. You know, don't get discouraged in a slow time. They say love the one you with. If you get one tour, embrace that one tour.
Love the one you with.
You know what I'm saying? And just, you know, enjoy the motion. You need to understand the flow for your resort. So I like to say, you know, we're gonna close out big for December. Like even in December, I think the biggest 2 weeks is these 2 weeks, 51 and 52. Yeah. If you haven't, I don't know if anybody does this. I'm an iPhone user. However, on your calendar, you can actually set it where it shows you the week numbers. So you could be like in the zone, but some resorts do a point, some do a week.
Yeah.
But Interval has the travel index. The travel demand index shows it by week numbers,
by weeks,
and then in those week numbers you can determine how many points you need for your resort. But
I think RCI does it by low season, peak season, high season, or something like that.
I'm not sure. But I just know that I want you to be able to understand your clientele. So December, you're going to close out last 2 weeks. Then you got January, February. I feel it's going to be a slow. You're going to have your silver sneakers. You're going to have the mature crowds that don't like mature audience that doesn't like crowds. But they can be sold. Sell them, you know, months to stay in the Bahamas or St. John's or at your resort. But now comes spring break. So you got March, April, May. Is May still considered spring break? I know March and April.
No, man.
So March and April. So let's call March and April. So every state has a different spring break.
Every state has a different.
You know what I'm saying? So you have Philly, Jersey, New York, everybody. Yeah. So it's gonna have different waves of action. May usually get slow until like Memorial Weekend, but after that, now we're in June.
Have you ever noticed at a resort when all the tours at the resort are just like from one city?
Yeah.
It's like everybody's from Philly for a whole 2 weeks. It's like, what the hell is going on?
Because
then everybody's from like Denver for a whole 2 weeks. You're like, why is everybody from Denver?
Because these are families traveling with their children. Every state has a different spring break, and it just travels.
Different marketing packages.
Yeah, it's dope. I think it's great because be like, damn, everyone from Atlanta's here today. Like, and I use that to my advantage. Like, look, you're not the only one from Atlanta purchasing. You heard that?
Yeah.
I don't know. Do all resorts do deletions?
No, they don't. I think every resort should do it because it's a psychological thing. If I see somebody purchasing, if I'm already skeptical about something and I see somebody buying it right in front of my face, I'm more prone to purchasing it too. Like, oh, okay, they did it. All right, then it must be, safe, real, or whatever the case may be.
So if y'all don't know what he's saying, what we call deletion is when they make an announcement when another family purchases. So social proof is important, right? Just like a third party.
They make this announcement in front of everybody right there while you're on the sales floor, in front of everybody, in front of your family, in front of you, and for the other families. Like, everybody knows, oh shit, this person just purchased some timeshare.
With a microphone.
So, Rich, if you don't do me a favor, let's role play or reenact a deletion right now. Let's say I'm on the family. Let's say this cup right here is my family, and I'm pitching them, right? And let's hear a real live deletion go down.
Whatever was in that family, you drank them up.
So let's say I'm on a table.
So act like you pitching. Okay. Keep pitching the family right now.
Yeah, guys. So this is what you can do with the timeshare. You can go over here and you can exchange over here. You can go to Jamaica and
attention, managers, representative guests. Attention, one moment, please.
Wait. Hold on.
1 moment, please. If you're currently working in this unit, 6,024.25, week 52. Please delete it from your inventory. It's no longer sold. Please help me help Richard and Anaya. Welcome our newest members to the family of the timeshare ownership. We got Jessica and Alicia coming all the way from North Carolina. Give them a round of applause. Yeah.
North Carolina.
Yeah, sorry about that.
So what you would see is this family over here, they just purchased from North Carolina. So
while I still have your attention, please. Newest owners over here. It gets nasty.
So you just got deletions going down live as you're on the table pitching your family. Deletions are going down. And when deletions are going down, everybody gets quiet. Shh, wait. Listen.
But the same way we just had another one come back to back, it could get annoying because you're pitching a family. You're trying to make a point.
That shit can't get annoying though. Like, fuck.
You're like, and so it goes like this. Like, if you don't stop, the family don't stop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And some families, they're not thinking about stopping. They want to just keep talking to you.
Keep talking.
And you got to be like, oh, 1 second. You hear that? And in some resorts, like, if you don't shut up, they're going to call you out.
They call you out. Yeah. That's funny as hell.
It's an interesting game. But it's all about how you bounce off of it. Like, if you say, like, wow, did you hear that? They're from Atlanta. Or they're from Denver too. Oh, wow, they just bought a 4-bedroom.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to use it to your advantage.
Yeah. Or, if you notice, Richard was saying, guys, if you're pitching week 41, delete that from the inventory. It's no longer available. That could be another play. What if you're on the table pitching week 41 to your family right there at that very moment? Boom, damn. Okay, well, this inventory that we're talking about right now, you can't even buy it. The shit. Yo, I've been on a table. Shout outs to my man Rain, man. Shout outs to Rain. Rain is... I don't want to say Rain is a millionaire right now, but let's just say he's sitting courtside at all the Orlando Magic games. But anyway, I've been on a table with a family, and I'll be pitching, and I'll rip the proposal up right there in their face. Just rip it up. So whatever this number was, And I'll just throw it to the side.
It's done.
You know what I'm saying? It's done. Let's forget about that right now. It's gone. It's sold. There's nothing I can do about it. So that deletion that Richard just said, guys, if you're showing week 41, delete that from the inventory. It's been sold. I can no longer sell that inventory no more. That inventory is gone. Boom. So whatever opportunity that family had of purchasing that is probably gone. Now they're probably going to have to spend more money than what I was just showing them a few moments ago. Yeah, it's crazy, bro. It gets crazy.
I remember, I love ripping up a paper. It was like, it's just suspense they not expecting. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like, yeah. I have people that, I like he said, Jen, just have fun. Have fun with it. And I think the biggest thing is that if you're passionate about what you're doing, which what we do, and sharing the vacation experience and what they could do, you're just gonna have a good career. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, happy holidays to you guys. Continue doing what you're doing. Thank you for watching. Continue sharing. And continue to, shoot, give somebody else a gift. Give them an opportunity to join a sales floor. Share what you do with someone else that might want to change their life as well. Because I think it's an industry that we get paid well for, helping families learn how to use their money to vacation more. You know what I'm saying? I've been able to meet some cool people over the last couple of weeks. You know what I mean? And I met some people that's new to the industry, people that's been in the game for a minute. But I think that once you realize how you're helping people, it's just a different animal. You know what I'm saying? So it's week 51, week 52. You're now watching Sold in 60 with your host, Richie Rich. And my right hand man, he's on my left today. Yeah. Down Payment Dillan.
It's all good.
You know what I'm saying? But thank y'all for watching. Continue to like, share, subscribe, and comment. Hit us in the DM and have a big week. Turn up. Remember, believe in the price. Work the numbers. All right?
And that's how you get sold at 60. Pow. Just like that, we out.